Bang. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Hope everything's having a good time. Hope you're having a good day. Bitcoin just took a tumble, man. The whole market just took a beat down out of nowhere. Altcoins also getting a bit of a hit here. Something happened. I want to see what's happening right now into the market. So let's break it down. Let's have some fun. And let's see. We're getting a major sell-off right now for BTC. 69,700, and it's fast and furious. Wow. Craziness. So let's take a look. You never know, dude. I literally just went and combed my hair. We were at 70,000. Things seemed fine. I literally was just combing my hair, decided to come live, and then bang, right? We got liquidity all the way down here at about 68,800 and BOOKMAP suggesting that's our lower angle to the upside. And look, we even lost like maybe some bigger liquidity. And now we're getting some long squeezes. Wow. Anyway, let's break it down. Let's see what's happening in the markets for BTC. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I appreciate each and every one of you for bringing that energy, bringing that vibe, and hanging out with me every single day. Blessings on blessings if you're with me. Gala looks interesting, but maybe making a descending triangle. A lot of this market's looking somewhat bearish out of nowhere, I'm being honest with you. And we always have to have two different scenarios in our mind in case things don't go our way. All right. What's up with WIF? Rug pull. Let's take a look at WIF. WIF ain't on a rug pull. It's almost all altcoins. WIF ain't on a rug pull. But you know what I mean? It was on a beautiful move, and then boom, almost all altcoins just in the middle of the night last night just took a beat down. It was really weird. Like AERO pumping hard. It doesn't matter what it was. Like even Aerodrome was doing damage last night up at 239. Next thing you know, just rug. Like back to 188. Very strange behavior. Like you don't see that a lot. You know what I mean? So, and it's Bitcoin dominance. We're going to talk about Bitcoin dominance right now, break it down for you and see the big spike in Bitcoin dominance. And we talked about this, right? I showed you that this was inside of a symmetrical triangle, an ascending triangle, sorry, that wanted to break to the upside. Said Bitcoin dominance could start to make a move here, and if it got back above 54, it's going up to 55.57. So Bitcoin dominance gets a huge spike. When Bitcoin dominance gets a spike like that, it definitely hurts the altcoins. So, and last night we put out AERO. It was pumping, and AERO just did damage. And then at like 1 in the morning, it just gave it all back. It was really weird. Last night was a strange night, I'll be honest. Yeah, it's, you know, these things happen. Let's take a look at U.S. Tether dominance. If that's pumping too, that's going to tell you people are rushing out of the market. Yeah, that didn't get as much of a pump. Still says the 4-hour may get a bit of a move here, but we keep watching this inside what looks to me like a symmetrical triangle, more of a bear flag. As long as we stay below the major resistance here at 4.58, I don't see a huge move for Tether. I don't see why people would want to run into a dollar-based asset right before the halving of Bitcoin, but you never know. The DXY getting a massive pump today to the upside, which is not the best for BTC. All right. And it's actually breaching this trend line and getting above a resistance at 105. Actually getting pretty hefty all the way to 106.40. So the dollar coming out strong, which is really interesting. And if we take a look at the dollar, get rid of my moving averages here, and we look at it clean, you can see that we have a shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Still could be a right shoulder, but I really didn't want to see this breach this right shoulder. I wanted to see them kind of stay out. I didn't want to see this get above this support. You know, we had support, support, support. That should become resistance right here. And we're kind of breaching it. Interesting times to be alive, man, with the dollar getting a pretty big move to the upside and Bitcoin struggling at about 69,800 for BTC. Look, that's even a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, and it did break to the upside. The daily's still having some legs. The 3-day chart says, no way, you're going to collapse eventually. You got some bearish div, and it doesn't make sense. But in my mind, you just breached a trend line that we've been kind of holding down for a while here. So, you know, I did not expect the dollar to breach above that. I kept saying we don't want to see that. We did see it. Right, 6 strong days for the dollar getting a move back to the upside. Now, the dollar also is getting strong. Why? Because the yen is collapsing, and so is the yuan. So foreign currencies that we peg to the dollar. So Bitcoin can pump with the dollar. I just want you to understand that. They can pump together. They don't have to be directly correlated every single time, but for the most part, they are. All right. Can you check Dogecoin? Jesus loves all. Amen. Can you check Dogecoin? I see an ascending triangle on the 4-hour, or I need to do better. Shout out to my man, Rebel Darkside AI. Yeah. Good morning, Sam. Still here watching. Wife getting surgery today, just sitting in the waiting room, and I have you on the TV here. Got the people watching you, brother. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much to you. Hope your wife has a wonderful recovery. Hope everything goes well. I can only imagine if my wife was in surgery, I would be in pins and needles. This life just gets harder. There's just more coming our way each time, right? And it does not stop. We must just, cherish the fact that we have a beautiful life every single day. Cherish that we're alive, no matter what happens, no matter where we're at, no matter what goes on. We got to cherish that we have a beautiful life and things are going well, right? So shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time, my friends. That is your time. Without your time, we don't have a show. We can't get to the next level, right? So shout out to everybody here. And remember, in these lower times, where, for whatever reason, Google seems to be kind of throwing shade down on crypto for whatever reason. We'll see. But, I don't know. Today, you can just see around the board, we're seeing less viewership on cryptocurrency, right? They bring Bitcoin down to bring it up. Amen. Hamster, Wi-Fi hat, please. I don't know about that. Hammy does look good. And it does seem to be like meme, just people just running into memes. Crazy. To the point of no return. Like, there's just nothing else to trade. I like it. Like, I'm not hating on memes. I've made money on memes. I like making money on memes. I think it's fun to trade memes, but we don't want the whole entire space to be about the memes. You know what I mean? I'm playing liquidation stop loss game and re-enter when liquidated based on good technicals. A wild bull all night. Yeah. Other YouTubers are saying to take crypto profits, and I put it into USD, and they were calling a major pullback. I'm a lifer, so I have no fear. We can read the charts. I'm in cash at the moment. Did see some decent profit on a whiff, entering at 220 again. Interesting. 90% of the memes on base are rugs in scams. That's what I'm saying, man. Be careful. Be careful. 90% are just ways to get your money. And other people kind of, I'm still dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Doing the right thing, the humble thing. Not saying that's all my money. I am doing other things. But, I like to do the original idea here, right? So, shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Where is everybody? Where is everybody today? What is going on? It's interesting. But anyway, I won't. Thank God I have 855 people here on the live. Shout out to the 185 likes. Blessings on blessings. All right, moving forward. Have you heard about KRC20? Cass was doing smart contracts. I did. I think it's going to be a big deal. It's something I wanted to bring up later on. So shh. All right, 11:15. We want to break down some awesome news for you guys. Right. Yeah. What's happening to Myro? Love you, lifer. What's up, lifers? Meme is the narrative this run. Skid on Solana. Skid does seem to be hot. Didn't they? They had some billboards in Times Square. I seen that. Or they were running up Times Square. Success Kid. It's pretty flat, though, with all the nonsense, but it's riding the 786. Again, memes are crazy. Again, taxes are due in 3 days. Decrypted.tax does support the channel. Jump on it today to Decrypted.tax and get yourself, just get yourself situated. Get yourself a free consultation and get 25% off the standard pricing. All right. Bitcoin is a nice metal run. I can see a short squeeze coming soon. Let's take a look at BTC and break it down like we do every single day. We are the opportunity. We know we're the opportunity. If we create that opportunity in our minds, if we get our energy up to the upside, we can do things that we never thought humanly possible. So let's get it in. Let's break it down. Let's have some fun like we do every single day. So we started the channel watching the 15-minute this morning, and I wanted to see what the 15-minute was going to do. Let me refresh and kind of start fresh like I do, but this is where we were at. And I said, man, if the 15-minute could stay sideways, I look for a long. I said, but if we lose the 200 SMA on the 15-minute, look for a move to the downside, right? Or the 7-minute, was it, right? So once the 7-minute lost the 200 SMA right here, you knew we were likely going to go further to the downside. That's exactly what we did see happening for Bitcoin, all right? So 200 SMA on the 7-minute, boom, right? Once you lose that, again, the bigger time frame suggests we will come back to the bottom. But let's break all this down for you. Let's remove the moving averages. Let's start at the weekly. Let's do our top-down analysis like we do every single day here on the channel. All right. Smash the likes. Iran seems to be preparing. I believe war is good for crypto in a way because it's borderless and it helps people get from one place to another in tumultuous times. Cryptocurrency can really provide a gateway for other people to get to places that they never thought possible. So definitely something to think about. You know what I mean? Definitely something on the radar. All right. Now we take a look here at Bitcoin hitting this $71,300 level, right? And resistance. I keep saying we take it one step at a time. All I want to see is Bitcoin close above 69K. If we do that on the weekly, we'll be okay. We got 2 days and 10 hours for that to happen. one step at a time, one weekly close at a time, right? If we can do that, then we also have, 67,200, 67,180, which is the key level that I talked about. And then again, 65.5. We go over this almost every single day because it's important, right? You want to be able to see the bigger picture. So what's our most bearish scenario? Our most bearish scenario, in my humble opinion, is that we pull back to the 618 golden pocket here in somewhat of a nasty pullback. I'm not saying that's guaranteed to happen. I'm just saying the weekly looks a little high, and we got some kind of a bearish divergence in a way as this moves up, but this moves up in a way more violent area. I'll tell you, this could be considered divergence because this moves up and they both move up. But if you continue to draw this and draw that and they intersect, to me, it's all about if these lines intersect. That's what divergence is. That's the education that you want to, And so other people won't say that. They'll just give you the options that the lines are different. But it's really important that you see those lines are intersecting. The harsher they intersect, the more likely you have a divergence. It's like two lines dividing. You know what I'm saying? Something off with the YouTube algorithm. I didn't see your notifications. Just know it's here at 10 a.m. And I joined your page, not from notifications. Yeah, whatever reason, just every once in a while something happens. We'll figure it out. You know what I mean? You teach too much, give too much truth. I don't know what it is. Who knows? Let's just stay positive and be super happy. You have 1,000 beautiful people here on the live. God bless everybody here. Thank you for coming on in. The market's taking a little bit of a sentiment. Bitcoin's been sideways for a while. People get disinterested. That's actually a good sign. We want to flip everything positive. Whenever we see a slump, it usually means it's time to accumulate. So I've been accumulating Bitcoin anytime it goes below 70K. 50,000 to 70,000 to me is a beautiful range to be accumulating Bitcoin. I know it sounds insane, but that's how I look at it. I look at the bigger picture for Bitcoin. All right. When everyone else is kind of focused on something else, I'm focused on the bigger picture for Bitcoin. So I looked at the 3-day chart. In my humble opinion, we broke out. We retested. Now we're still outside of this flag, right? And we're still looking pretty good. The 4-hour time frame, like I showed you before too, is inside of a beautiful, the 4-day, sorry. The 4-day chart is inside of a really nice flag, in my humble opinion. Let me show you. And so the 4-day chart really holding the flag down and showing signs of a move, right? That flag, that's a bull pennant. You got low stochastics. I like what I'm seeing for Bitcoin, all right? We go to the daily and we know we're now in this bigger symmetrical triangle that we've been in now for a while, right? You could almost say this was it. This was a symmetrical or an ascending triangle with a flatter top. And then we just had this funny spike on the side here. You could include this funny spike, which I usually do, and then say we're inside of this triangle. Either one are viable to me, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because 71,003, 71,004 is going to be our major area of support or resistance. So bring this up. I mean, we just can't seem to get back above 71,006. We were so close to the all-time high just a few days ago, and even last night, almost breaking out. All right, let's take a look at the daily candle close and how it closed yesterday. So we opened at 70,631. The high was 71,305. The low would be 69,567, and we would close at $70,006.23, down $624, down 0.88% on the day yesterday. And this candle already kind of starting to be a little bit of bearish as we had a nice move to the upside in the morning, only to be kind of pushed further to the downside. Stochastics are in the middle, could actually flip to the upside, indecisive. We look at the 8-hour time frame, and as I said before, even last night, what I see happening is just sideways price action in here for Bitcoin. It's low volume Friday. Didn't expect a huge move. I just want to see that candle close above 69,000 on the week. That's all that is. That's all that matters, right? Go outside, enjoy the fresh air and the sun. I like what he's saying there. Some days it's good to get away from the screens, everybody. I do 7 days a week here, but that doesn't mean that I don't take an hour here, an hour there to get outside and relax. You know what I mean? Funny, more about this brand new, I bought a Cadillac, right? And when I bought the Cadillac, this is what I did. I got into the dealership. They had one sitting right there. There was one's back ordered. I don't like to wait. I was like, how much for this one? They're like, it's a 2022, but it's only got 200 miles on it. It's like the store model, just been sitting here for a few months. You know what I mean? So it was the one that people kind of looked at, but it was in great condition. Didn't seem to have any problems. So I said, all right, let's get that one. Let's just get it done. I grabbed the Escalade, right? Within, a day or two, I noticed there's a kind of a small paint chip on it. I sent it in. They fix it. No problem. They're super nice about it. They actually do a great job. It looks great. I'm like, all right, first thing, whatever. No problem. Then about a month and a half ago, I'm getting in the car after a snowstorm. I leave the car for a while. The snow melts, and I get water pouring on me from a speaker in the car. I can't believe it. You pay over $100,000 for a luxury vehicle, and so I bring it back in. Boom. And then now, about right when the weather changed, it got to be 50, 60 degrees, I press the start button, and I hear like a high-pitched fan belt noise now out of the car. And so today I got to go bring it to the dealership for the third time since I bought it. And I'm just like, and I told them I'm a known YouTuber. I don't understand, man. Like, and we'll see what happens. But it's getting to the point where I'm just like, do you get legal services at this point and just ask for a new car? How do you get out of like, you know, a car purchase that you're already in? You know, I don't know. I feel really weird, man. And I'm like at the point where I'm just like, what's going on here? And do I call Cadillac corporate? I don't seem to be getting as far as I want to be or getting the service. Like, I don't, it doesn't seem to be like, you know, I don't know. Yeah. But see, I do have a lemon law, but it doesn't cover the lemon law. The car has to like actually just completely die or something. You know what I mean? I do know the lemon law, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's pretty, I'd have to call a lawyer and ask him, you know what I mean? You know, yeah. They're getting more complicated and cheaper. Yeah. Sammy, ask for a different car. Yeah. As a mechanic, a new American, I'm a tech lifer. You have to call corporate first, he said. If they fix it, they have no case, unfortunately. It's only if it sits more than 30 days unfixed. Amen. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. Anyway, moving forward. So, just another thing today. So, I got to drive to Cadillac today, which I don't want to. You know what I mean? It's a waste of my time. It's just insanity. So, things happen, right? But you know what? Maybe something good will happen because I go there. I always think something blessed is happening to me. And so something blessed will happen to me. I don't know what. Maybe I'll meet someone at the dealership that will give me a great story, inspire me. You know what I mean? Who knows what will happen? So I just keep a positive attitude all the time. You know what I mean? I made them come get it last time, and they take their time. I just want to I'm going to Florida. I got to ship the car soon in 2 weeks. A lot of stress, man. It's a lot of stress. You know, it's actually not stress. I just got to tell myself it's a beautiful problem to have, right? But it's just crazy to me. Anyway, so that's kind of my day. I got to drive an hour, and the dealership's like 40 minutes away. It's just absolute insanity. Anyway, so Bitcoin on the 8 hour still looks good to me, but you get this kind of turning down stochastic. The 4 hour also doesn't look great. It's overbought, and it's coming to resistance. And, you know, it has a pretty bearish engulfing candle here to the downside, right? So this is what we have to stress about. Like, we have to be kind of concerned. And it's a bit of an M pattern too as well. Right? That is an M pattern to me. M patterns, they don't have to be perfect, but that's an M. Clear as day. M's break to the downside, and you got stochastics about to take that move down, and the RSI about to break the medium line. To me, and you lost this point of control, I wouldn't be surprised if you hit it this node or this node. So I'm looking for Bitcoin to possibly test 67.2, and it could even come all the way back down to 65.5 and test it one more time. So, you know, I'm open-minded to believe that anything could happen to Bitcoin at any given time. All right. That's how you have to trade as a true trader. You just never know what's going to happen. You got to stay in the middle. I got a full refund for GM on a new Suburban. Crazy. Sam, the dealerships are not nice and will do anything for you. You have to take action yourself or you will get nothing. And interesting. Thank you. Defective manufacturer design can trigger the lemon law. I drive a BMW N50 and it is a great car. Yeah. Defective manufacturer design can trigger lemon law. Yeah. I have more issues with my new Renault in 3 months than with the old Opel in 3 years. I returned it and asked for my money back. I'm in Ireland. Now I drive the old Honda Civic. I know, right? I got a Honda Santa Fe that cost $40 that never gave me the problems, right? I had a Ford Explorer, nailed 3 new transmissions at $36,000. I went through the New York Attorney General to submit a claim for the lemon law. In arbitration, Ford settled by giving me a new car. Interesting. All right. Hey, Sammy, what do you suggest since MEXC requires KYC and now BingX? Yeah, the only other place really that that you could do is Blowfin. 20,000, in and out. So once you get above that, you will have to KYC. So that's kind of how they, dance around a little bit. Blowfin is where the whales are made. Check it out, Blowfin. Check the link in the description to my videos. Blowfin is the place to go. They're also doing, if you get deposits and have some fun, let's take a look at this. They're giving away some things, or, not giving away, but helping out for promotional services if you are a new lifer. So one thing to talk about right here. Right? Bang, bang, bang. And yeah, this is just who we were talking to here. Bang, but here you go. Deposit $500 to get a $25 bonus, $1,000 get $50, $5,000 get $110, and then whale traders, right, get up to a $1,000 bonus when you deposit $20,000, right? So trade 500 aggregate volume, get the 50, 1 million aggregate volume, get 100. And so that's how it works from April 8th to April 16th. Blowfin in the Crypto Lifer exclusive campaign today. Jump on in. You know, and just even make a backup account. It's nice to have a backup account. You never know when things aren't going to go exactly the way you're thinking. All right. Let me send my cousin Tony to the dealership. You're funny. Lifer, you will see me in the channel soon, brother. Thank you. Shout out to my man. Thank you. Hey, Lifer, can you check Pangolin, please? Thank you. God bless. I love both and hoping their servers are ready, man. Customer service. Sorry, guys. Not even Toyota is exempt from defects these days. Pro mechanic here. Even Toyota's having issues, right? See? It's like every single car. They just get them out too fast. The people don't look as much. The detail isn't there like it used to be, generally speaking. Let's take General Motors. Let's take a look here on the 1 hour time frame and see what we're seeing here on Bitcoin. You can even become a somewhat known YouTuber and it doesn't matter. People don't care. You know what I mean? I can only imagine how a regular person gets treated. You know what I mean? It's just insanity. So see how this 200 day is coming and the moving average is getting tight? That's a good sign for me that we're going to get some type of tight bounce here. So unless we lose the 200 SMA on the 1 minute, on the 1 hour, I remain that we could get a bounce here and still get a move to the upside. Possible shoulder, head, and right shoulder starting to form. You see that? That would be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. That could break us to the downside. We do have the resistance at this high volume node at 70,750. All right. Ooh. And so let's take a look here. So you'd want to see this bounce on the 1 hour time frame. You want to see if the 15 minute can kind of hold itself inside of the pattern and still get busy here. So it's not all bad yet, per se, for Bitcoin. Nice little pullback of the morning, but already kind of charging back up. I buy the dips for Bitcoin. Anytime Bitcoin dips below 70K, I'm buying a little bit and a little bit. Do you see AERO drop back down below? Yeah, I can't believe that. It was so weird to see it do that in the course of like an hour and a half. I found that very strange. Pumping last night as we ended the live stream. We did a weekly screen share that we do every single week. It was awesome. We sat together, break down everything that I'm putting in my portfolio. We talk about pivots that we're looking at, things that are coming our way, and kind of where I see the space going and the next big movements that are coming our way. And I have a really good time with everybody, and we really connect on a good level. Just buy a Genesis GV8. Never been a problem, right? Do you think June 30 KYC or Mexi will affect Americans with a VPN? Still work. God bless, Lifer. Honestly, I don't know, man. Just take it one day at a time, my friend. One day at a time. All right. They make 100K a sale. They feel They feel untouchable, right? Maybe a classic car, fully restored, 69 Chevelle would be a great family car. Or even a 1957 Nomad station wagon. Hey, man, the place to do that is Florida too, right? So, Sam, would you please look at ODGN, ODGN. It's a BRC20 token using ETH. It doesn't have locked liquidity. It does have locked liquidity. Thanks to you for all you do. ODGN, huh? Another one there. This is a new coin that I want to talk about and break it down. We're going to break it, we'll get into it. But CHEX up 77%. Also getting talked about a lot on Twitter. Getting some movement. $393 million market cap. All right. And let's just take a look at the website here for a second and see kind of how they are, But it's Chintai, leading business into regulated digital assets frontier. Tokenization, marketplace, compliance infrastructure, blockchain platform as a service, right? And you want to see that compliance, that idea, institutional support, right? Green tech sustainability, real world asset tokenization by invitation only. In Singapore, they have a little talk there, right? So you can get on the inside of what's happening in connection to TradFi and BigFi. Now, their website's okay, but tokenization assets with a regulated blockchain platform. Configure a custom issuance for virtually any asset class to significantly reduce inefficiencies through the trade life cycle. Customize specifically for your needs. Tokenize any asset, equity, bonds, funds, real estate, carbon credits, and more. Customize, look at carbon credits, see? They're going to tokenize carbon credits. You're going to have to buy them. So rich people are going to be able to drive and do whatever they want. But if you can't buy the carbon credits, you're not going to be able to go places. That's what they're going to do. 15-minute cities. You can see where we're headed. You can see what's happening. All right. Let's get the likes up to the watches, everybody. We got a different amount of people here. Every single day, we got people going. We got people motivated. Did I do something? What did I do? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's keep it going, baby. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Let's get the energy up, man. Let's get this energy up. Let's pierce the veil. Let's go. Let's go. They were first offered for sale. The vehicle has to be brought in for service 3 times for the same covered issue. Exactly. You have to be like, they fixed it. The radiator eventually went on me. Yeah. If you're sleeping the next 2 weeks, you don't change your life. Amen. 1976 town car. You're funny. And let's take a look when this Bitcoin halving comes. It was 7 days. Now it's 9 days. They're playing games with us. Back to the 22nd of April. So we'll see what happens, but you know what I mean? And again, keep hitting that like button, everyone. I keep showing up every single day. We haven't taken a day off in years. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's stay motivated. Let's keep pushing. Looks like AERO added to the circulation last night. The price of insurance for the vehicle is skyrocketing. In some cases, the price is higher than the cost of the vehicle per month. Anyways, people watching you, me, yes, you're funny. Shout out to everybody here. Bang, bang, bang. You're not going to be able to eat meat without carbon credits too. It's possible. I heard they moved up the halving to the 17th. I see it on the 22nd right here. So let's take a look at token metrics. We got Gala, 1X, NISA, and Node AI. See if there's other trading coins in the morning here. And again, these are coins that may have pumped throughout the night, may have a little bit more buzz. Just see what's happening. Yeah, 10 Cent, Node AI, NISA Global, and Gala. I showed you Gala already, but it doesn't look amazing. We looked at 1X yesterday. As it came out, it took a nice bounce out of the channel, but it lost the 200 SMA. Watch your altcoins right now. I'm not going heavy into altcoins right now. I'm taking a breather on the altcoins. We're just going to kind of look at what's happening in the market. As this Bitcoin dominance continues to rise, it's going to be tough for some of the altcoins as Bitcoin tries to get back above a key level. Need pep rally caps up in here. Shout out to Evan Book. We love you, man. The price of everything is skyrocketing because the dollar is being debased. Amen. Shiba lost account. Solus transaction problems. Now the halving date moved on, and they got the FUD on Uniswap, right? It just seems kind of like a dark and dreary day. I think the FUD on Uniswap also has people a little weary. You see what I'm saying? But it's good, man. You got to use the FUD to your advantage every single time. You got to use the FUD to your advantage. All right? You just do. That's how it works. Let's talk about a coin that's pumping to the upside despite anything else that's happening. A funny coin that makes me laugh, Tucker Carlson, right? Tucker Carlson. And I thought about it down here when I first looked at it when it was 2 cents. This thing is ripping all the way to 8 cents, basically doing an 8x here from this bottom area. I first saw it in this flag, Tucker. Special shout out to the 99 who put in the hard work and paying the bills with trading profits. Congratulations, friends. We're proud of you. Amen. Shout out to Master Friend. If you are taking profits and you're paying your rent, if you're learning how to, basically take some profits out, you got to do what you got to do. Shout out to Master Friend in the house. Thank you for jumping on in. And if you're trading leverage and you keep having issues trading leverage, but you relentlessly want to do it anyway, and you know that you need a system, you need a way to kind of figure it out, jump on in. If you're in my trading group already, we have an extra added benefit for $300. It's a one-time fee. It's not a reoccurring process. And you'll get mentorship. You know what I mean? You'll get someone asking you about your trades, where you are, showing you how to demo trade. Have you ever demo trade before? That may be one of the main reasons that you're having issues. Do you even know how to do proper risk management? Do you have a system? Do you have a model? Do you try to repeat something every single day, or do you just do random stuff all the time in the market? This would help you find some consistency. Do you know what London and Asia times are? Do you know when the liquidity comes in? Do you understand candles? Do you know what a breaker block is? Do you know what, I'm just saying. These questions will be answered by my man, Master Friend. Hit the QR code and jump on in today. All right. So Tucker, man, this thing is hot. This is a meme, but it looks hot, man. It's a funny meme. And the guy puts a lot of effort into it on Twitter, too, as well. So, can't remember the name, but located in northern Arizona. They have a YouTube video. Literally, no driving seats, just a large walkway. Contact Car Edge for Zach. His father, Ray, has been in the car industry for 35 years and is a great resource. They help me with my purchases. Interesting. Car Edge. Ask for Zach. Thank you. Appreciate that, brother. Shout out to OMAC. What do you think about INX Gaming Coin? Never heard about it. Let's take a look at INX Gaming Coin. And get yourself a legal ID today. Legal DID. Unlock the future of identity with an existing jurisdiction service. Take your legal identity to the blockchain. Seamless on-chain identity verification. Convert your legal ID to an LDID. Mint corresponding LDID on Ethereum. And you'll end up getting a minted ID on Ethereum. All right. This is pretty interesting. You'll be able to KYC on the proper exchange that you need. All right. Wow. So Bitcoin taking a nice beat down. And that M pattern does want to push to the downside. The 4-hour time frame does not look like it wants to be nice to us. It looks very, very bearish, and that's a bearish engulfing, and it's starting to take its move. The 4-hour likes to pin the other time frames. Watch for the 1 hour to lose the 200. When the 1 hour loses the 200, we will fall further to the downside. If we can stay above the 200, that's going to be the move, right? And get the bit of a bounce here. But wow, crazy that we hit to 72.5, back all the way back down to 67.2, back up to 71.5, bounce off 69, back up to 71.5, and now we're bouncing again off 69,500 for Bitcoin. And this is chop, everybody. You know what I mean? I know when to go hard and I know when to chill. And so if you see me chilling and not going so hard, there's a reason. Because the market is sketchy business right now. All right? Sketchy business. Now, we lose this 200 SMA. I do see a further move to the downside, even on this low volume Friday. However, we don't always get the massive follow through, but that is an M pattern. M's break down 60% of the time. The pattern would take us right back down to 67,600 for Bitcoin. Today, Bitcoin and Ethereum options also expire. There's always usually tumultuous movement when the options expire. Let's take a look at BookMap. Link in the description to BookMap. I do get a commission if you jump into BookMap. Greatly appreciate anyone that uses BookMap, finds a way to use it, gets educated through my channel, and learns about BookMap. So here we have this beautiful level here, 69,000 with some liquidity. What is BookMap? It's showing us an API of where the data is, where the liquidity is. And it's funny, today the whales are just disappeared. They're not giving us much signs of liquidity. Usually we have some liquidity above us, below us. Right now, the biggest place is a little below us, back to 68,005. So about $1,000 lower. We have some liquidity, but it's not that strong. It's not that deep red. But there you have it right there, 69,000, 68.8. So it could tell us that we get to that level. Remember, the 1 hour 200 SMA could be a beautiful stopping point and could hold us down. It could flip the 4 hour back bullish. You never know. But right now, to me, you broke out of this smaller pattern. So that negates this pattern completely in my mind, unless you can get back up inside of it. But right now, this symmetrical triangle broke to the downside. I wouldn't be surprised if it did hit the target at 67,460. So if I had to make any call, I remain a little more bearish than bullish. Look, there was a gap in the VRVP. Once you lost that high volume node, you came right to the next one. Look at that gap. That's how these gaps work. The VRVP is an amazing, amazing tool. It won't let me do a super chat. Do you see Velo, right? Google cul-de-sac is a 17-acre car-free neighborhood under construction and it's the first of its kind in the United States. The 15-minute city concept is a decentralized urban. So close to OG. I know you're busy, man. Love the show. We'll continue to watch every day. ODGN. Yeah, just CHEX got out. CHEX is on my radar. You might want to write CHEX down. Okay. Yes, I'm not sure where it was there. OGDN here. Burn and Satoshi. See, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's on CoinGecko. Look at even Manta taking just it's just crazy how many coins just took a massive dump in the middle of the night last night. It's just really strange. I haven't seen that before. It's like almost everybody just mass exited all coins. Just in the middle of the night. Just insanity. Needs a global. Getting some love there. Got that nice pump up from about 11 to 12, really. Nothing huge. OGDN, you said. Yes, I'm not finding it, man. Yeah. 15-minute cities, yeah. Yes, it's called Risk Off. Glowfin, support the coins you share in your Crypto Lifer group. They want to get more. They're saying they're going to get more. They do on perp, yes. But only on perpetual. I'd ask them to get more spot out there, too, for the beginners. Right? I like the beginners, in my humble opinion. You do whatever makes you happy. I'm not a financial advisor, but if I'm beginning, I'm trading spot. You know what I mean? I traded spot for years and years and years and years. I made millions of dollars trading spot. I did. And I still have that money. You know what I mean? Because I didn't leverage it out of control. So I'm not a huge fan of getting high risk once you've made some good money, right? You know what I mean? I'm a fan of procuring your wealth and adding to what you're doing over time, right? But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as such. It's just things that I believe in. And I don't truly, I'm not a huge fan of leverage. I think it's great if it can be used properly at the right time. And I consider it more like a funner game, how you can use smaller amounts of money to make moves on Bitcoin. All right. Please submit to our weekly newsletter. I'd greatly appreciate it. Hit the consent button and we will send you that. How do you get there? You go to cryptolifer.com, scroll down and it'll be prompted up to you. If you want to join the trading group, join today. You can do that right here at cryptolifer.com, right? The 99 trading group. Take the first step to getting the education you deserve every single day here on the channel. Get hip to Dr. Shiva, scientist right here in Boston. He's running for president right now. Oh, interesting. AMP always pumps later after the halving. Interesting. They have their own token well on base. ODGN. Oh, yeah, I think I spelled it wrong, right? Thank you. ODGN. Thank you. $3.2 million market cap. All right, sitting at 327. $1 billion, right? We know it had to even move there. You take a look at the contract address, and we head on over to Dex Screener, and we paste that in. That's how we're going to figure out how to chart these coins and see what's happening. It's got two names I like, DGen and Ordi, right? I'm just saying, but it's funny. I mean, it knows what it's doing. Came up nicely, went all the way up to about, 9. It's crazy how it did a 3x, almost more than that. Basically more than a 4x. 2 to 9 is more, 4.5x. Came back down. Is attempted to bounce inside of a flag. Only time will tell. You never really know truly, right, how this thing could go. It's a tiny coin. On your radar, if you guys want to research it. I don't know much about it right now, so I can't say much. You know what I mean? So I'm open-minded, but you never know. So I'm looking for this 1 hour to lose the 200 SMA. What happens there? We're going to look for like some type of bearish or bullish divergence or some type of bearish flag here on the 1 minute time frame. Can we find our daily bottom like we've had throughout the last few days? Let's see what happens. RSI doesn't show signs of a strong div, in my opinion. When you kind of breach this down, it's almost like it was like a symmetrical, a descending triangle that wanted to break down. Go further, and then you could be bearishly retesting this with like a little bit of a flag here that maybe, technically want to move back to the downside. There's slight bearish divergence, I'll tell you that. Like that swings down, that swings, not really though. They're not strong enough for me to really render a positional move back to the upside. Now you have resistance at 69.9. If you can't get back above that, expect more downside. So you wouldn't want to long unless you flip that POC and get back above that level. I see more downside for Bitcoin. I really do. Headed back to 69,000 possibly. And again, I want Bitcoin to pump. I don't want it to dump. I love my Bitcoin. So let's get the lemon into the water. I realize we haven't done lemon water in a month because, fasting and all the craziness. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's take a big sip of that lemon water. Let's stay hydrated, and let's clear our palates. But yeah, this is there's times to go hard, there's times to sit, and there's times to observe the market, right? And I'll give you guys a bunch of different ideas too of trading. You're tired late at night and you're overdoing it, take a break. If you find yourself trading over and over again for 5-6 nights straight, you got to take 2 days off for your brain just to hang out. You know what I mean? Very, very important. All right, let's take a look at gold, baby. And I still got my gold and silver. Silver breaking huge areas. Gold booming to the upside, the highest it's ever been. And the Chinese are buying gold. Their currency is being devalued at a pretty fast scale. And you have to remember, people said devaluation before. But the devaluation now, it's very similar to an avalanche. Like a little bit is falling. Like, so 5 years ago, they said, they're devaluing the yuan. We're like, oh, wow, Now they're like, they say it again the next day. They say it again a day later. Next thing you know, what's going to happen is it starts pretty fast when you have the U.S. debt clock the way it is. Let me show you the U.S. debt clock and show you. I had it waiting today. Let's see if I have it here and I didn't get rid of it. Pretty sure I had it. Did I close it up? I can get it back if I did. But this is the national U.S. debt.org, USDebtClock.org, right? They run this in Union Square too. You can see this running where Virgin Records used to be there. U.S. national debt, $34 trillion, right? Isn't that insanity? $102,000 per citizen. Debt per taxpayer, $266,000. So like, I owe $100,000. I owe $100,000 right now, right? Isn't that crazy? It's insane. And then you can see too, small business assets, corporate assets, U.S. debt held by foreign currencies. Okay. $8 trillion, right? U.S. trade deficit with China. They're beating us by $277 billion. Is that, anyway, so, and look at that. Wealth-based, debt-free, non-interest-bearing money issued by the U.S. Treasury. In 1860, people don't realize that he created the greenback. So in 1862, President Lincoln issued $450 million directly from the U.S. Treasury. These debt-free, interest-free notes were known as greenbacks. You could spend a greenback up until 1972. And there's Bitcoin taking a move to the downside as I just suggested it would, and I showed you the flag, and it's dropping down now. Now we might be able to get some type of divergence that could bounce us back, but I see more movement here down to 69,000. The sell-off is real for BTC on a Friday with the FUD, baby. And again, everyone's like, why is Bitcoin dumping? I never really find a reason, because if I find a reason, then I'm trading news. At the end of the day, the 4-hour got a little overbought. We made an M pattern, and we had a low, we had a high, we had a low, we had a lower high, suggesting you will make a lower low inside of the trend. We're still inside this beautiful pennant. It's not over yet, but this could still break to the downside. It's a symmetrical triangle. They're 50-50. And I'll be honest, 90% of the ones that I found in the last 4 to 5 months have broken to the downside. So there's maybe a 50-50 pattern, but there's a chance this breaks down. And you have a high volume node all the way down at 52,000. And again, that would then be the Fibonacci level that I've been drawing and saying, hey, do we, so the measured move and the fibs both match. And then you would likely probably come to this high volume node down here. Oh, I'm sorry, let me bring this here. You would likely come to this high volume node right here at the 706, right? And you would tussle with this area at $53,000, $52,000. So key levels to watch for Bitcoin. This is a key idea here, something you definitely want to pay attention to. And I'm not trying to be the bearer of bear news. I just want to show you what the most likelihood possible scenario is and what could happen with that. All right. Shout out to the 1,400 people here on the live. Thank you so much. 496 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Let's go, baby. Let's go. On this dreary, rainy, dark, but it's 62 degrees. The warmest day it's been since last year, really. Like, it feels really humid and warm right now here in Boston. So, blessings on blessings to be alive. Let's get back into the smaller time frames. I did see a short. I did see us moving to the downside. I don't know if anyone jumped into a short right now. That anyone was going to get in a short, but then they saw what I was talking about. Hello from Marco Island. Yo, I can't wait to visit you on Marco Island, Milo Cat. Could you email me, cryptolifers@gmail.com? Give us a background check of who you are. Run a background check on yourself, and then send us the link, and then we'll hang out with you. Honestly, that would be a pretty good idea. I guess give me your social. I'll background check you, and then if you and then I can hang out. So weird, right? It gets to the point where, you think too much about different things when you're in the public eye a lot, right? So, will there be a lifer meetup in Boston before Sam moves to Florida? Highly likely not. You know what I mean? But you never know. Profi has been my saving grace the last couple of days also. We'll take a look at Profi. Tarpoon, Florida says, hello, Sammy. Shout out to Mercy Receive, man. We love you. May you check out Colt on MEXC. I may. Told you, Sam, instead of moving to Florida, move to Malta, where I set up my business. It's sunny like Florida. Plus, it's crypto, tax-free. You know what? We may have to come there, man. As long as it's safe. Delete me and verify me. A must 3 days. A must these days. I know, right? When the DXY pumps and XRP dumps. When the DXY dumps and XRP pumps. And the DXY is on fire right now. Profi got that so early, baby. There you go. Lifer, what does the little lightning in a circle mean on the Bitcoin chart? I don't know, man. I don't know. Where is it? Do I see it anywhere? I don't see any little lighting. Anyway, now we're getting a little more bullish div. You can almost say this is like, this whole thing is bullish divergence. Like that swings up and that swings down. I've seen it like triple bullish div. But again, you're going to need some type of inverted head and shoulder here now. So you're looking for this to be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. This to be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Something in that nature you're looking for. Hong Kong BIT ETF on Monday. Yeah, that's a big thing too. What's the settings for the VRVP to show the same as yours? Yeah, your VRVP will be chunky, right? You want it more delineated. Let's take a look at the settings here and go into inputs. 240, it's going to look at, just add a 0 here, and then boom, you're ready to go. All right, bang, bang, bang. All right. That's what you're going to be doing. And then you're going to see it so much nicer and with far more little lines in it that make more sense. Okay. Still a slight bullish dip, but not strong enough. I'm going to bring this back like stroganoff. Beef stroganoff, not strong enough. But look, bounce, resistance. 69,668 here, 627. So 69,627 is now resistance. If we can't break back above that area, expect more downside for Bitcoin. All right. And look, did we lose the 1 minute 200 SMA? We did right there. That was the idea to short the market. Right there. I'm telling you, the signal is stone cold. You just got to remind yourself. It's easy to forget sometimes among the mix of the market. You're looking at all different things. You're like, oh yeah. But over time, you'll remember the signal. Look, right there was the time to short money. And the stop loss could have been here, still wouldn't have got hit. And then here was the perfect time to short to the downside. We do the same thing long. It plays out beautifully. Just flip the chart upside down if you have trouble doing this. And say, I can short, I can long. I can short, I can long. If I can short, I can long. Say it after me. If I can short, I can long. If I can short, I can long. If I can short, I can long. If I can long, I can short. If you can long, you can short. You got it, baby. You got it. You can do this. All right. Okay. So beautiful move here to the downside for the shorts. Getting paid, man. There's always opportunity. Lightning in the circle in purple Bitcoin chart on the above the volume indicator. Still don't know what he's talking about, man. The volume indicators right there. Oh, that's just probably like news. It just gives you latest updates in news. That's all. Yeah. So 1 hour ago, $350 million of Bitcoin mysteriously shifted, triggering speculation. In a move that has sparked interest in the crypto industry, 5,000 Bitcoin, worth about $351, was mysteriously transferred between wallets. The large transaction has sparked curiosity as Bitcoin steadied above 70,000. Crypto data tracker Whale Alert reports that 5,000 Bitcoin worth $350 million were transferred from an unknown wallet to an unknown wallet. You know what could happen? It could be simple. Someone could just feel like maybe there was a compromisation, or maybe, it's an older seed phrase. They've had it for a while. Maybe they got a new wallet that they think is more secure than the old wallet. You know what I mean? So they feel the need to move that to a new wallet. Like, there'd be 100 other reasons why, right? So it's funny. We can speculate on all we want. Money got moved from one place to another, Someone could have paid somebody. You never know how it works, right? Here, I'll send you to your wallet. That's it. A private transaction on the blockchain, right? I'm sending it from my wallet to your wallet. It is a lot of money, but you never know, man. There's some people worth billions of dollars. They can use $350 like they're buying a cupcake. So I'd continue to watch this bear flag here. It doesn't look amazing. And the 4 hours really pinning us. As I showed you at the beginning of my update, it didn't look like the 4 hour, So now what we want is a soft landing. We want to see the stochastics. This will be bullish for us. The stochastics reset and start to bend. And when they bend, we're like, we come here. So we don't want to see this continuing down and us right here. That means there's probably more downside. But if the Stokes can bend by the time we get towards the bottom of this channel, well, look, it's just pattern trading 101. Top of the pattern, bottom, top of the pattern, bottom, top of the pattern, slightly wick, back up. Likely you're coming back down. Like, it's just sideways price action for Bitcoin. Let me move this out to VRVP so you can see what I'm saying. But, and I expect that. That is what it is. I'm going to get rid of this for now, the bigger symmetrical. The smaller symmetrical, but we knew, symmetrical triangles break to the downside 68% of the time, and, or that 50-50, but I see them break down way more. I see more downside for Bitcoin. I'm leveling out down here at 69,000. That's the key level that I'm looking for BTC, all right? And there we go, starting to drop even further down, 69,250 for BTC, and this key level here could bring us even lower. Once we lose 69,000, where would be our next stop? It would take us probably like to 67.5. All right. Right here. See, because we would lose and come back. Now you have a little bit more support right here at 68,250. But usually you're going to break down to the bottom of the pattern, right? So, and again, my indicators will teach you when not to be in a long and when to jump on out. And you can see this key level. We did lose this key level to the downside for Bitcoin. So, levels to be thinking about, right? For me, I am moving in the next literally 2 weeks. I'm moving. I have 18 days and I'm going to be somewhere different. And I'm moving my entire life. So lately, I haven't been opening up like huge leverage trades. I have a few little long-term ideas that I got going on. But again, and I even advise that. You have so much on your mind. Your mind is full of, you know what I mean? And so what I'm focused on right now is keeping the group, updated with the hottest altcoins, what's happening, managing my portfolio, DCing into Bitcoin, and waiting for the next big strategy. If I do see something, I'm going to pounce on it. I'm just not over leverage trading right now. That's something that I'm not over, I'm not doing too hard because I'm focused on kind of, everything else. So it's also chop market too. So, but look, there's a beautiful divergence right there for Bitcoin. Swing down to swing down, swing up to swing up. That could kind of, but we got to get back above the point of control. We got to get back above this resistance now right here. Crucial, you get back above 69,500. That's going to be a psychological area to get back above. All right. Not a huge fan of what I'm seeing here for BTC. Doesn't look amazing on the day. All right. Shout out to the 1,435 people here, the 555 likes. Let's get the likes into the watchers. Thank you so much. I just finished moving. It cost me 5 weeks of trading. Yeah, exactly. I can feel that. I got to say it again. Bigger shenanigans. Yeah, but they sold 60K last month, but the amount has increased. U.S. government has 212,000 Bitcoin, but they sold 60K last month, but the amount has increased. Red flag. So weird, right? I love you all of you guys. What an amazing day every day. Shout out to Justin Cashmore in the house, man. Thank you for being here, my friend. Did you hear about EC token? Yes, we did, actually. I looked at it a while back. It's been a long time, actually. You just jarred my memory. SA token. SA. Let's take a look at Easy. I looked at, Easy. $15 million market cap on today's awesome launch. Shout out to Easy airdrop participants with Pipe Flare. Your airdrop tokens are ready to claim in your EC account. So they got some airdropping going on today for Easy. And it's on MEXC. Let's take a look at it here. Gold just continuing to bounce. I see gold headed to 2468. So up another $40 here off the move for gold. And we've been talking about gold making a pretty big move for a long time. I've had gold in this giant cup and handle on the weekly. It's been in a cup and handle since 2011. We were drawing this for a long time. I see gold headed down to 3,000. Up to 3,000. It may actually do it. What if it does it even faster? It's more like this. But even if it takes its time, it says it's going to take at least a year to get to 3,000. But again, you never know. Silver also getting a big move to the upside. It's pretty awesome. ETH technical, please. Litecoin about to light it up. He said, wow. ETH technical, please. I just finished moving. It cost me 5 weeks. That's crazy. So crazy. So Bitcoin. Bullish divergence here. Can we get back above this point of control? Super important. Doesn't look amazing to me right now, and the stochastic's getting high without able to get back above that zone. Looks more like a, possibly a bearish rectangle. Let's flip it upside down and see what we would play if we saw this. All right. And again, I would play it like some type of bullish rectangle. You'd like to see this 21 lose and you come bounce back in here, do some type of retest. You'd like to see a shoulder ahead and kind of a right shoulder for a dump, right? That's the idea that we could get back to the upside. But honestly, we're getting some sell-off here for Bitcoin. Anyone mentioned CROB mob here? Never heard of it, no. Never heard of it. Shout out to the channel sponsors, I Trust Capital. Just want to talk about I Trust Capital. In these big dips, in these little red days, good time to dollar cost average for me personally into what I believe in. And I believe in retirement, taking care of yourself in the long term. I Trust Capital also does that too. Get your Roth IRA or IRA set up here. Transfer your existing IRA or start a new one. Roll over your 401k, TSP, 403B, and 457, and more. There's tax advantages. You can buy and sell cryptocurrency, gold and silver 24/7. And there's low cost and no monthly fee. You can't beat it. Hit the QR code right there to find out more about I Trust Capital today. I really think you'll be amazed to see the services and what they do. And they're compliant, they're amazing, and super redundant in how they store your funds. You can also get Bitcoin out of it when you're done, and they'll send you the Bitcoin. You don't have to go convert the Bitcoin into cash and then go back, vice versa. All right. ETH technicals, please. Let's take a look here. Cancel. Bitcoin has identical trend since the last retracement. Measurements are almost identical with the last week. 62K Bitcoin incoming. Hey, Sam, what do you think about the WorldCoin iris scan? I think it's shady, and I wouldn't want to be scanning my iris. Banging on that short right now. Props to the Lifer system. Jump in that class and trading group. Change your life for the better today. Thank you for saying that, man. God bless you for being here. And yeah, even if I don't always give the exact call, my system will. Like I might be driving. I might be doing something when we lose the 200 SMA in the 1 minute. But I've taught you every single time to open up a short when you lose the 200 SMA in the 1 minute time frame. So important that we're taking these details. We're making it happen. All right. Bitcoin to 59K by May. Yikes. Dang. My alts are bleeding. Yeah, alts are getting hit pretty hard. The alts bled last night. Brett token. Bitcoin been going heavy at I Trust Capital. Shout out to Byron Franco, man. What's your thoughts on Injective? What shady is paying for super chats when people are starving in food? I guess, yeah. I mean, honestly, it's economy, though. You have to understand there's people starving in the world, but it's all about, like, I mean, the whole world is ruined. If you start with super chats, then you're really taking a whole look at the entire world. You should start at the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is the one, in my mind, is like, it's the concentrated wealth over time. You know, super chat is just a very, very small portion of that, right? ATR getting a nice bounce back to the upside here off of the lows. And I like where we're at in the golden pocket. This is where I would be accumulating a coin when no one's paying attention. And we can see ATR back at 40 cents. It's a real world asset marketplace. You know, and real world assets are going to be big. Everyone thinks we're in like the bull run. We kind of are, but there's so much more to happen right now. We got to have the halving. So much happened pre-bull market that it got people excited to think, you know, like we saw so many coins, 10x, 50x, 60x. We saw a lot of interesting moves. Let's take a look back at Bitcoin. I see a bounce happening here at about 1107. Where are we at? Where we at? So the bullish div that we finally got right here, attempting to break back above. So we got above our first little mini resistance, but we're still out of resistance though. 69,005 needs to get busted back through to remain bullish. So you got to get above that level to remain bullish. Crypto looks like they are going to rocket soon. I don't know what's going to happen, honestly. I take it one step at a time. We're going to getting my crane certs. Once obtained, I'm in the 99. God bless. Live life free, brother. I think front-running alts was a mistake. Bitcoin is the king. Bitcoin is going AU down hard. Heads and shoulders chart. RM. I don't know what he's saying. Halving is a little less than a week. The drop before the big push. They're selling fear right now. Let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. And again, I continue to purchase Bitcoin. Last night, I bought more Bitcoin. I bought more Bitcoin continuously. You know, I'm on my way to grabbing another whole Bitcoin on the low. So, Fear and Greed Index, you'd think would have gotten lower by now with all the dumps and backward action, but they still keep it at 79. It does usually mean whenever I see 79, a big sell-off is coming. So, again, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I am telling you, every time I've seen this at 79, we have gotten a pretty big sell-off in my life. All right. I did go fuzzy. I seen that. How did I go fuzzy out of nowhere? It's kind of weird. I never seen that happen. Why did I go fuzzy there? I must have hit the table, or maybe it just the thing spun on it. You know what I mean? Over time, that maybe it's losing its tightness, right? Semi-ghost mode. What in the blur is your face? It's so funny, right? Sol has been my best holder of the run. Me too, man. Me too. Yeah, what happened? It was that wasn't how the show started, right? We looked good today. And then out of nowhere, we went, oh, was I blurry for a while? No, right? Whatever. It doesn't matter whether I was or not. No, I was in shape. And then out of nowhere, we got blurry. That's weird, huh? That's never happened, too, on the show. Maybe I had autofocus on accidentally, but I usually don't. Who knows? No idea. Maybe you know what it is? Oh, you know what could have happened is a speck flies and it like picks up the speck of dust and it, like, you know, something in the field of the depth of field got caught, right? Only a few seconds, nothing to worry about. Thank you, blessings on blessings. Yeah. What do you do when the project's going up and the volume is dipping? I mean, it shows you that, like, you know, you're lacking some sellers there. So look, we looked at ontology. So this beautiful double bottom, and it had this little handle here. Looked to me like it was going to make a move to the upside yesterday, and it did. It boomed up 29%. Ontology, an old coin too, like out of nowhere, just getting some love, which is pretty interesting. You know what I mean? You've heard of Cadena? Of course I've heard of Cadena. Yeah. Of course. So now I see, you know, if you look at Bitcoin, what it's doing, it's making another bear flag, in my humble opinion. The 4 hour wants to, you know, this is just like when you're trading to the upside. You'll get the continuations, Same thing here. You'll get these continuations the other way. Now you look to lose, like you lose in the 7-minute 200, which you did. You look in the 15-minute 200, which you did. Now you look for the 1 hour. And once you lose the 1 hour 200 SMA, you're likely going to get, even more downside. So this is a standstill moment here. You're getting this green candle. Why? Right here. And it always happens on the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame. See, if you don't understand your 200 SMAs, you're like, why are we stopping right here, right now? It's the 200 that's holding price action. Coincidentally, on a high volume node, which is also the point of control here. Fast move down. Could we get a fast move back to the upside? That's why I stick to this 1 minute time frame. 1 minute finally getting a stronger divergence here. As you can see, it's a continuation divergence. So that's interesting to me. All right. Thank you, Tucker. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. $48 in chat revenue. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. We got 1,450 people here. We got 1,400 people. If we were outside right now at a park, 1,400 of us, man, people would be watching us. If I was outside right now on a microphone talking in front of 1,400 people, man, it would create a stir, right? So we're a big group, man. We're an amazing group of people. Let's show the world who we are. Let's bang it on it. Let's hit the like button. Let's go, man. Let's continue to grow and find more like-minded people. You might find a woman here in the show might find your husband. A man here might find his wife. You're going to find someone like-minded with the energy you have. And you know what? That's good because you don't want to be someone that doesn't resonate with you. It may seem like love at the beginning, and then when you really want to go your way, that person really didn't see who you were. And now you have to fight tooth and nail to become, that happens in relationships. It's tough. Almost happened to me until things kind of went a different way. So just, I believe this algorithm and coming to the stream, you might really find your significant other. I'm telling you right now. So hit that like button and become, hang out with people that, and again, we're not all the same here, but the idea we have the same thoughts, ideas is if we want to see the best happen to everyone around us. And we know that it's possible. We know through cryptocurrency, through education, we can change our lives, right? So that's why a lot of channels show coins, and I don't mind. I talk about coins and I go over things, but without the education, it's so important that you get the education that you deserve, right? So I see this bear flag headed further down to 69,000, all right? And I don't care about all these shenanigans. I just want to make sure, that, we close a candle above 69K on the weekly. That's one step at a time for me every single day. And you never know what's going to happen to Bitcoin, right? It seemed fine last night. Things were holding. Looked like we were going to stay inside that mini flag. But I also suggested that there was a chance we were going to come down to the bottom of the flag on the 4-hour time frame. This was, something that we had to pay attention to. All right. I would have to find someone here. This is all I do. I want to meet my future wife on the Lifer stream. We're going to do Lifer relationship. Lifer, the relationship maker, right? Guys, who wants to propose to me? You're so funny, man. Shout out to Coffeeholic. You still have a long position open. 1 Bitcoin for male in Bryce Hume. Yeah. Hey, ladies. Yeah, I have a long position open until we lose this lower trend line. All right. 33 single male Cleveland. You're funny. You guys are funny, man. Lots of old coins are pumping too. Yeah, it's interesting. Let's take a look at CoinMarketCap and see if there's any stronger coins on the day, just, in general, that are holding the zone. So WorldCoin up 3% in the last 1 hour. So, Helium, Ordi too, still holding 69. Ondo, which is something I've been, getting into. And Injective holding 30. Phantom back at 87. Jupiter staying above $1. Well, we had a major run. These altcoins were flying for a while. Uniswap under regulatory fire. SEC triggers 3.8. It's funny, right? I remember DexCheck has been on the radar. Nitsa Global's been on the radar. Node AI, most visited right now. All right. And we go to Crypto Rank, and I like to see the most visited. Katana Inu, Masa. Remember, I talked about Masa. I told you guys we were going to get into Masa. I kept saying Masa is going to be. Oh no, that's MASSA. Sorry, I didn't know about that one. Block Games is also interesting. C98, baby, I love that coin. I remember making $3,000 on it one day in a trade. Anchor Network. So these are interesting. These are the top 20 coin searches the last 7 days. The most visited: Wormhole, Saga, Ethena, right? The Zeus Network. We got our free airdrop for Zeus. Jet Set. Tensor, All right. Ton has been out of control, right? We gave you ton this week. Stark net kind of came back. If you believe it, definitely accumulation zone. And there's ESE. So, like, those, you know, and then you look at the top trending coins here, too, and you got a pretty good sense of what's hot on that day. ATR getting a nice move back here. I wouldn't be surprised if this came off of that 786. We've seen this many, many times. A huge pump back to the 786. We get a big move to the upside. We want to be buying things when they're low, when they've revisited. We want to be DCAing into the 618s. All right. We don't want to be kind of forcing ourselves too high here. Every once in a while, I'll attempt to swing trade, but doesn't mean it's a long-term hold, right? I'll take a look at prop base here. Props on MEXC. This thing was looking sweet at 22. Fell out the flag to 19. Like the whole entire, like every market, you know, every coin did really. And honestly, to me, it's like it's a falling wedge that could break back down to the 618. A rising wedge, sorry, that could fall back to the 618. All the way right back here to this point to the 13 level, right? Just something to think about. 618 golden pocket, 0.65. You know what I mean? So that would be accumulation zones for me. And it may even, you never know, it could go even lower. But I see this as a pretty hot real world asset coin. The market cap's pretty small. And, you know, you want to see where we're going to be 7, 8, 9 months from now. Hopefully this is a very small area. We're into the dollar region and more. You know what I mean? But only time will tell. So, you know, Bitcoin too is the downside, right? Not doing well. And, you know, we had indications about the 1 minute that we were going to make a move down. So the 1 minute tells you the second you lose the 200 the 1 minute, it's been such an amazing indicator. It's amazing what it does, right? And then the stop loss on the other side, and it's almost like the barrier for entry. Like, okay. So look, another bear flag here for Bitcoin. You can't argue with it. It's a bear flag. And likely it's going to head lower. Our target for this is further to the downside. Stop loss on the other side of this. So how you look at it, you grab the short tool. And again, you could get stopped out of any trade. You never know what Bitcoin's going to do. I'm not trading this right now. Just make it clear. All right. There's times to know to be in a trade. There's times to know when you're over trading. Times to know when you should take a step back to and observe the market. All right. Yeah. So weird. My camera never went blurry like that on its own. So funny. It's almost like a ghost came and moved, you know, the only way I could explain it is that a ghost came and moved the blur button. You know what I mean? Made it blurry out of nowhere. Hey, anything is possible. I'm open-minded, right? We looked at Looks, and Looks was hot. Had a nice move to the upside. Actually, still, look at it, it's super green compared to the rest of the market. So, looks like there's opportunity here in Looks. Doesn't seem to care what Bitcoin's doing to these other coins. Actually getting really consolidative. In my mind, actually broke out here. You see what I mean? Like, that's a breakout and still showing signs of life here on the 2-day chart. Has to get back above this resistance, but Looks. Would you be surprised if of all the coins, this thing did some numbers? And then your world coin here. So WorldCoin pumped nicely, right? I remember they had those issues. I believe it was in Kenya, right? Where they weren't happy with what they were doing there. Or Somalia, was it? But they felt like they were exploiting their people. And there was a bunch of, they were up in arms over it. Or like, if you're going to steal the data, you have to give it to us at least. You know, you can't steal our data without letting us get in. So you can see this further down to the 618. But this thing's been on a massive tear. Could it come all the way back down to the 786 and retest on support? It could. I wouldn't, you know, putting a limit order there at 418 if I really appreciated this coin. But the fact that it's making this green candle there on the 2-day chart and bouncing pretty close to the 618 shows it has a little bit of life here. So I would watch this of all the coins, but I'm not saying this is a perfect time to buy. I'm saying I would definitely start to pay attention here. Now, if it breaks out and breaks back above 744, showing signs that it's going to use that as support. All right. All right. And, you know, when I have to go there, too, my wife's going to follow me, and she has to drive pregnant in the car. It's just like, it's a lot of risk for no reason. You know what I mean? I'm definitely going to say that when I see my pregnant woman jump out of the car. All right. Someone likes ONG here. All right. Shout out to my man closing the short in the trading group. See, this is people making gains with the knowledge. On any given day, you can get paid. All right. On any given day, you can get paid. Do you think Baby Doge can lose about 4 zeros or 3? You never know. I actually have some Baby Doge, which is funny. I got to buy that, but I did. You know. Sam, very interested in joining the trading group. Was just wondering if you could tell me if you guys help setting up the charts and what platform is used for trading. I may take Uber back. I may take Uber back. I'll ask her how she feels. I did it last time, though, and it adds up, man. The money adds up, you know, and it's just like, it shouldn't matter. I shouldn't say that, though. It doesn't matter, and it's a write-off. Weird move, Coinbase adding Pepe futures. Interesting. Is SLERP dead? You know, it's sad. The SLERP never really got the love. You know what I mean? Never got the love. SLERP on Soul, right? I mean, it looks dead to me, but you never know. I do have some SLERP, but we'll see what happens. Some people are buying it now. I've seen all coins slump and then come all the way back to the upside if I give them time, but I've seen a lot just go to 0 too. That's why, like, these psychological devastating meme coins, they're fun only for a few people. And everyone thinks everyone's making money, but, like, do you have a friend that made money? You know what I mean? Yeah, we read the stories, but, you know. I'm just saying, we got into WIF at 30 cents. But to me, WIF was like a fundamental, it was weird. It was like a fundamental move on meme. It was weird. It didn't feel like a meme to me. You know what I mean? Let's take a look at AERO USD here on Coinbase. And we'll look at it in its entirety. Shout out to anyone that did. I mean, those were massive gains if you did swing trade them last night, though. You know? Hey, it was still a beautiful swing trade. So, I mean, there's a parabola forming here, right? Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Or you could be like step 1, step 2, step 3, and like we get to a bigger blow off top. But you could see just the general, you know, demand for this coin is pretty strong. And then we spent all these days above support. And then that crazy wick is weird, though. It's strange. Just like I haven't seen price action. That's like strange price action for me. And then overall, we want to see, do we have some bearish div here? And you kind of do, because look, this swings down while this swings up. But you could say that it played out. Then you got to bounce back to the upside. It's mixed signals for sure. How would I play this? Well, if it comes back inside the bear flag, I'll play it, right? So if this can, like, basically, I'll treat it as if it's in the bear flag. I mean, the bull flag. I'll treat it like it's in a bull flag. Now, if it loses this level, we have to assume it's coming down to 151. So just something that, you know, can you handle a pullback for AERO? It may pull back. I mean, I can't believe it went from 241 to back to 186 in like 6 hours. All right. We looked at SKID already on Solana. It looked flat, really not doing much. Let's take a look at PNG, Incult on Mexi, and PUPS. PUPS has been the new hot thing. All right. PUPS is getting pushed too. People are talking about PUPS. I believe PUPS is on Runes, though, right? If I'm correct. I could be wrong. I mean, this thing just went from 21 to 72 bucks. At one point, it hit 100. It did a 5x from April 5th after its initial insane move to the upside. I don't know if this is the exact PUPS that you want, though. It's got half lock liquidity, 100 market cap, right? Take a look at Pro. Yeah, Profi's been hot. Funny, we talked about Profi when it was here, right? At $2. And I'm thinking, you know, Profi could get to 387. And look, it did just that. So shout out to anyone that jumped into Profi. It took a long time, but look, my stop loss would have been somewhere here, right? Never right there. I'm always 2 lines below the stop loss. And so Profi made gains, baby. It hit my target at 387, right? Bang, bang, bang. Profi, we called this back in March 28th. So if you were into Profi, you would have made 92% gains in about a month to the upside. Profi, baby, Profi. So I knew about Profi like, I'd say a year and a half ago, right? And real world asset So, yep. Profi, man. PRO. It took about a month. Or no, it took 14 days. 92%. That's pretty awesome. You gotta like that. For Profi. What do I see for Profi now? I mean, it's hot, right? It's pumped pretty crazily. Look, how did I know where it was going to stop right there? Just using the measured move told me where Profi was likely going to go. Very simple. I could see we were going up to that 390, 387 area. Now, the daily's a little far for the 21-day moving average. We can either pump a little bit more or, likely make one of these two flags. Then you put an alert, and you don't chase Profi. You wait for the good, the better time to be undervalued based on technical analysis. That's why TA is so much better than just kind of aping in and out of stuff, right? I've been spot trading Bitcoin with the SR take profit for a really substantial growth from 61 to 73. Thanks, Lifer. Hey, man, I like that, man. Near just been hanging out and waiting. Jazz me, my good sir. Orange looks like it's looking for the 40s to bounce to the upside. It looks like it's going to take a beat down, though. I'd be honest, see that? It's like a head and shoulder pattern. If you lose this trend line, that's no good. So, you really need a bounce here. If you don't bounce here, it's going to drop back down to here, and who knows where it could go, right? It's so, a lot of these coins are so new and speculative. We need the speculation to continue a little bit, right? So, that's like a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder slanted to the downside. Looks like you're going to hit somewhere to 33. Let's take a look at DOGE USDT here. Dogecoin on MEXC. So the last time I talked about Doge really was right here on this inverted head and shoulder. And I can see this beautiful right shoulder. Positioned to Doge at 14, and it would rip all the way to 22. All right. Then we had this little flag too, and Doge would pump again to 20. Now we're kind of in this big, giant upward trending channel. So we can get rid of all the moving averages for a second and just take a look at what's happening to Doge. And again, if Doge can stay inside of this pattern, it's good to go. It will likely continue to pump. It's got tight moving averages. It's got a beautiful measured move. This would be great for Doge. However, there's no guarantees that that is going to happen. If we lose this key level, we're going to drop right down to 16. We lose 16, we're going to drop down to 14.5 or 14.8. All right, and then you're also looking at this key level here in about 31 cents. Shout out to the beautiful people here. Thank you to all the awesome people here on a Friday. Like you'd kick it with me on a Friday. 1,437 people on a Bitcoin Dump Friday. I'm so blessed that each and every one of you would be here. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you for being with me. Small business owner. I got 3 kids coming, and I just really, really love that you guys support me, man. Without the other people supporting me, who knows what would have happened in my life and to the channel, and I wouldn't have been able to. I could have been a trader for the rest of my life and had fun alone trading in my house and just watching other YouTubers. But to be immersed in the community, to be a known influencer in the space, right? To connect and know everyone else in the space is really important to me. And I appreciate each and every one of you supporting that goal of mine and that dream of mine, because it's fun to be out here and it's fun to meet people and it's fun to do the damage. You know what I mean? Let's take a look at Bitcoin here on the smaller time frame. So look, we got that bullish div that we talked about, which was right there. Finally got the reversal. It's likely to head back to the 200 SMA now, right? So you're going to get this move here. Very likely you're going to get this push up. Then we're going to look to see if we break above the 200. If we break above the 200, we're going to trade that. You get it? Even on a Friday afternoon, I likely will trade that. So, man, never going to miss that too. Again, though, you still see support or resistance. It's not amazing. Overbought on the stochastics RSI. Little sketchy, but at least the divergence gave you some type of move back to the upside. I wouldn't make it long unless we get above the 200 now. A risky long would try to make this move here. Beautiful that we negated this kind of bear flag and that the bullish divergence did kick in for us for Bitcoin. We got above this POC. We lost it. We got above it, and we gapped up into the next high volume node. Let's see if we can get above the 200 SMA. If the 1 minute can close 2 to 3 candles, even one candle, really, boom, right? That garlic mayo, baby. You're funny. Any guesses where I'm from just by reading my name? Amrit Baharwani? Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're from Pakistan. You know, if I had to guess, you know. But I mean, maybe from Afghanistan. You might be from Afghanistan. Amrit Bahirwani. Somewhere, I'd say India, Pakistan, Bahirwani, Amrit. I would say Afghanistan, man. Maybe Uzbekistan. You know? Did I do good? How did I do? I'm grateful for the outlet for being involved with like-minded visionary drivers. India, yeah. That will string you along forever. I bought a new car and happened to meet. That was the tester car, the one that might have had issues. Interesting. Much love. Solana, Ethereum. Thank you, Blumen. I appreciate that, man. And you know what? Whatever happens, I'll leave it up to God. I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm going to take care of it and do what I got to do, but it is what it is, man. My mom died, you know what I mean? At least my mom's not dead. I mean, she's already dead, but you know what I mean? After my mom died, I could care less about a car at this point. You know what I mean? You do have to take care of it. I can't let it just sit. But Lifer Rocks, last night's call was helpful. Thank you, man. Superchat, Doge, PNG, Skid on Skull. We looked at Skid. We looked at Doge. We could look at PNG. Skid was just sideways, man. It didn't look amazing as I thought it would be with all the hype on Times Square and all that. I can't even verify that, right? I like PNG down here. I talked about that being the buy zone. I went over it. My buy zones are between the 618. I said it. You're up 50%. Still holding gains of 39 if you took the idea. Bang, bang, bang to the upside. At one point, it was up 73% from the area that I talked about. I'll send this to Sean for gains. And Sean, I posted another gains just in the regular channel there, the pro gain, that we could add there too as well. 73% here for PNG. Penguin. It's a meme. Oh, no, that's Pangolin. Sorry, I thought I was talking about... There's two coins, so Pang and PNG. That's Pangolin. Pangolin is actually an automated market maker for the Avalanche, right? And I hope I didn't misspeak, but let's take a look at Pangolin. But yeah, Pangolin is... show you. It's got a $104 million market cap, 48 cents. All right. And let me show you kind of what it is and what it does. It's a multi-chain decentralized cryptocurrency exchange. The Avalanche network, through advanced tooling, deep liquidity, and smooth onboarding, Pangolin offers easy swaps and a great experience for projects and traders alike. You know, that's just, if AVAX goes up, this is your play. That'll make way more multiples. Like AVAX 10Xs, this could 100X, 50X, you know. A 10X to $1 billion market cap, another 10X to 10 billion. That's an easy 100X from today. I truly believe Pangolin could 100X from where it's at. I really believe that. $10 billion market cap looks very doable for an ecosystem that big and a coin that it's attached to. So, look what it's doing here. Looks like Pangolin's about to make its next big move to the upside. So, Pangolin could be the slow, quiet play while no one's paying attention here. We may have found our gem for the week. You never know. Let's take a look. You know, it could slump like the rest of the market, but so far it's been pretty good. And it provides a use case. It's a good asset. It's got a great team. It's been around a long time, you know, a long enough time. And it's attached to AVAX, which we like. We know AVAX is hot and could do damage. Look at the 22-hour also showing signs of life here. So, Pangolin, definitely on the radar here. On the 8-hour, the 4-hour. I like what I'm seeing for Pangolin. I'd set alerts on it, but this is hot. So, of all the coins that I looked at today, this thing looks pretty nice. PNG. USDT here. Penguin also caters to XRP and HBAR. Wow. Traded CROB last night. Gonna 25x soon. Maybe it will. You never know. This is CROB for Rapco. Oh my gosh. Went from 2 cents all the way to 5 cents. And it's got lock liquidity. You see that? That lock is important to me. And I was showing you guys token sniffer and stuff. I bet token sniffer doesn't do the CROB token, but maybe it does. No results. See that? Yeah. Then you got a base honeypot, but that's it. It's just for base. So if you want to see something, like if you go here and you see a new coin, like Inu, right? 7 million market cap, but it's on Ethereum. I like this coin, Any Inu. Remember that? AI? $13 million market cap, but it's been out so long without getting too much of a buzz, right? But, you know, it's just so multi-chain. You see? Look at this. It's got addresses everywhere. It's on it's everywhere. So, I've always liked multi-chain. Look at that cup and handle here. Right? Dude, McAfee. It's funny how we didn't, you know, a McAfee coin by now, right? Lock liquidity there is 17,000. But like these, you know what I mean? Just got to be careful, man. Anything could go anywhere. I like Any Inu. Any Inu is definitely something that I've been, I looked at it recently. Fell out of the pattern, just like every altcoin in the game the last like overnight. So strange. The whole altcoin game just collapsed. Let's take a look at Total 3. We'll also look at like a Sol BTC chart. So this is all of the altcoins excluding Bitcoin. Now, I remember the last nasty dip we had. I always remember this. We had this nasty market, and then I don't remember, we had this nasty, we were doing well, and then nasty dip down. Matic went below like 50. There was just this like, and then next thing you know, we were off, and it was like the perfect time to buy. So remember, whenever they do these nasty dippage, usually it does create opportunity. We're still inside the pennant. I still got like a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder vibe, though. You see that? And if this loses, I mean, the moving averages are pretty far apart, too. Looks like we could get a move here in the dollar, right? What if they decide to raise rates or something? I don't know. It just looks like something weird could be happening in the global market. You know what I mean? Just shows me to be a little cautious here in case. That looks like a shoulder, head, and a right shoulder, even though it's a little higher than that. It's pretty bearish to me. Let's take a look at our 4-hour time frame, which, yeah, it looks like it wants to dump on our face, and it's just getting started. That's a shoulder. That's a head. That's a right shoulder right there. You're about to lose this neckline. You're losing the 200 SMA on the 4-hour, bearish sign, unless the smaller time frame can give us a bounce here. The 15-minute could do something amazing, which is like, so you're basically waiting on the 15-minute to save the day. Looks like altcoins are about to take a tumble right now. I have to be honest with you. It doesn't look amazing right now. It does not look amazing. I'm getting bearish signs. I mean, that's a clear shoulder, head, and shoulder. You can say, no, it's inside of a beautiful pennant, Sam. It looks okay. But I just got to be honest with you guys. All right? And I think a lot of the altcoins taking a hit with the SEC FUD. You know, it got into a lot of people's heads. I think a lot of people get really fudded out and start doing weird things. You don't have to go if you don't want to. Okay. I'd like you to talk to them. And be like, my husband's, you've been stressing him out. He works 7 days a week. Like,
I think
yeah. Whenever you speak to them, I speak to them. I'm the man, blah, 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 you know, and they like roll their eyes at me. But whenever the woman comes sternly and speaks, they just like, they can't say anything, you know? Yeah. Could that be a cup and handle, he says? It could, see? This could be a giant cup, and then we got to make a handle. You're away from whenever you get far away from the 21, the 200 and the 21 get far apart, you know? I want people to understand that we could make a nasty dump here. Everyone thinks it's just all love, and we just keep going up. And I don't want to scare you either. Am I going to just go and just unload all my alts? No, but I do take profits around the way, so I have something to stand on when the market dips. I have some, capital to go back in. Do I do hold things long term? Can they go underwater? Yes, it happens. Do I stick with my conviction? Yes, I do. Is it always easy? No, it's not. Can it leave a sick feeling inside? Yes, it can. You know, are you always right? No, you're not. So, yeah, the bull run is over. Shake out before the fun starts. You're funny, right? Could that be a cup and handle? Solana and Litecoin going up as Bitcoin falls. It would look. Well, Solana had that nasty dippage. But again, I mean, Solana isn't an M pattern. That's an Adam and Eve double top. Am I wrong there? I mean, look at it. I'm just showing you guys exactly what it is. Everyone wants to believe in their emotions that everything just keeps going up, but that's just not the case. That looks like an Adam and Eve double top to me. And that looks like it's going to break to the downside. Solana headed back to 125 possibly. This doesn't look amazing. I'll be honest with everybody. I have to be honest with you. The 4 hour looks like you're going to, when you lose a 200 SMA on the 4 hour, it's not a good sign. That's an Adam and Eve double top right there, in my humble opinion. It's a textbook Adam and Eve double top. Like, they break to the downside. Looks like Solana's going back to 132, in my humble opinion. You lost this high volume node, you're still in a gap. Solana could go back to 96. And this guy's like, dang, why is this guy so bearish? You know what I mean? I see bearish patterns in a lot of alts as well. Dollar bill, y'all. Yo, the dollar's pumping. You know what I mean? The DXY. So, you know, we had a huge risk on asset run. It was just, oh man, it's crazy. So just be careful. Position yourselves properly. Don't be too overexposed in this market. All right. Could we look at Casper? Harvard's Finance going, it's big. Yeah, Farm has been hot. It's funny. I looked at Farm on my own. It just came across on my radar looking through coins. And I was like, Farm looked interesting to me. And I just put it in this little flag. The flag didn't look amazing, but I drew it in the flag. And I was like, oh, I should look at it. I didn't post it to the group because it didn't look amazing. Then even when it wicked up, came back down, I was like, eh. But yeah, it seems to be just getting some love. It's also on Coinbase, isn't it? Looks like it wants to continue. The 4 hour looks amazing on this one, as opposed to Bitcoin, right? You even look at Sol BTC, and Sol BTC is struggling a little bit, right? It was doing really well against Bitcoin, but now it's lost its 4 hour. So unless these small time frames can do something crazy, flip the 4 hour, which it's very rare, a rare occurrence. It's very rarely seen that. PNG is one of the hottest things I've seen today, of all the stuff, right? Just 69 likes to help your lifer community get up to 800,000. Thank you for saying that. 800. I have most of my money. I will in crypto. Hardly profit now. Everything in Mara is crushed. Yeah, Mara got completely demolished, man. It's really sad how they sold that puppy off, man. Down to 16. And again, though, there's a chance a 2-year hold pans out and this thing continues. It isn't technically still in an uptrend, but that nasty double top, some weird price action there for Mara. So for Bitcoin, I see more downside, everybody, for BTC. Let's get back into the Bitcoin chart and break it down. So I didn't wake up here and say I'm bullish. Last night, things looked okay, though. They really did. It's so crazy how a difference 8 hours can... That's why I'm always weary of these markets. And I always tell myself I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, because the second you start telling yourself you know what's happening, you know where things are going, it can be completely wrong. So just always pay attention. You never know. I was able to sell all my alts that are weak versus Bitcoin just before this dip happened. It still hurts, though. Yeah, it's not easy, man. It's not easy. I have been looking at... I found Queen of England, a week ago now. I found Queen and Tucker around the same time, because when I found Tucker on Twitter, I found Queen too as well. And wow, it did boom. I had it in this double bottom inside the flag. It's funny that it did make a gain. I think we looked at it yesterday or the day before, up 3.5x. $4.2 million market cap, very, very small. So still at the very early stages of this coin. But again, it's a meme. You know, I'm all memed out at this point. And I'm not like I got crushed on memes. I just I have what I believe could do well, and I'm going to hold them for 6-7 months. It's just I can't keep running after every one of them. You know what I mean? So we got to sell in April versus sell in May. I sell in May and go away, you know. I was able to sell all my alts, yeah. Foxy. It's always sell in April, not May. This guy's funny. Many alts I have are below my average now. Cardano, SEI, Link. R-Trade's continuing to pump. Our baby R-Trade getting that love because it's low and people probably missed out. ATR, they wanted to get down. Nice movement for R-Trade. Still not amazing though. All right, I would watch it. The saying goes, sell in May and walk away. Yeah, I said that. Yeah. U.S. tax payments affected the market too. Yeah, people got to pay their taxes, right? So they're selling off to pay taxes, or they're selling and buying back, right? So they can have a loss or whatever they're doing. But again, you can't really sell now. I guess you're selling to pay your taxes for later on, right? But all right, everybody, I got to take a bit of a jump here out of the day, but thank you so much for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's get back into BTC and see what's happening on the market. Not big into memes, but Based Peaches is interesting to me. And as a use case, it is connection to Dave Portnoy. High risk for sure. No, I like Based Peaches. I actually think if anything could do numbers, it could be Based Peaches. I'm with you on that. Totally. Yeah. So what levels matter today? Well, the 1 hour has to stay above the 200 SMA. If we get this bounce, then you know what? It could be all FUD and fear that just disappears. We get this bounce, we come back up inside. It just, even if we get this, it's still bullish to me. Even if we drop back down to 67.2, we'd have to lose the bottom trend line of this bigger channel. Like, why am I so messy today? Hold on. Like, if I was a beginner, I would yell at me, right? I mean, come on, guys. Like, your chart looks like scribble rip. I get it. Like, there's just a couple lines there, Sammy. So, I still see the M. The 4 hour still is just getting started. See, whenever I see a really nasty candle and you have a lot of space on the Stokes, it tells me that a nasty dump is coming. I've seen it many, many times. So, like, our hope and prayer, and I don't use hope and prayer in trading. It's like you got to look at the logic, but is somehow that this 200 SMA holds on the 1 minute. This funky trend line holds and we bounce back at least just for now, just for the next half an hour to the next 8 hours, that we get some type of bounce back up here. What if that were to make an inverted head and shoulder? You kind of get this bounce and get tight inside the zone. If not, you're dropping down to the bottom of the channel. 67.8 looks most likely to me. But again, anything is possible. Some heavy volatility today, and there you go. 68.8, 68.4 also is an area that I see liquidity. All right. So that's kind of what I see happening in the market. All right. Buy the dip and make some chips. You're funny. Final 30 minutes for the London Stock Exchange. Let's celebrate the first super chat on the live. Shout out to Peffy for the $1. Thank you. The Israel that could be affecting the markets too. A lot of fear. Yeah, there's always a lot of fear in the market. But honestly, to sell off is weird during war. War usually could be good for the market. I don't repeat the whole Iran. They said they might. Let's just take a deep breath, man, and take it one step at a time. But the powers that be seem to really want to push something big, And he said Colt. Let's take a look at Colt, which is Collateral Network. I mean, that thing is down in the dumps. I'd have to know more about this coin and research it. That thing looks horrible to me. I wouldn't touch it unless it got back above 0.15. Yikes. Yeah. Maybe it's going to be hot. I'd have to deep dive it. You know what I mean? All right, everybody, I got to run. My wife is begging me to move. All right. Let's take a look at ABT, Arc Block Protocol. Looked at it in a flag yesterday and it banged. Look at that. Well, the last time I looked at it, looks like let me see when I put this out, APT. I just remember recently putting it out. So look, on 3/16, I put out Arc Block right here on Gate.io. Showed you that it was likely going to make 142% gains, and it did exactly that. There's your before, and there's your after for Arc Block right there. Bang, bang, bang. There's your before, and there's your after. Never hit the stop loss to the upside. And it hit what, $3? Didn't hit 140, but it did pretty well. All right, everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Bitcoin doesn't look amazing. Watch that 1 hour 200 SMA. If we lose it, I do see more downside coming. All right, I got to go drive to Cadillac. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I'll hit you on the next update inside the trading group. Be strong. Push yourselves forward. The dips are when people should be paying attention. All right. I love you all. Have a great night. Be safe. Blessings on blessings. I'll see you tomorrow for our morning live. God bless you. Thank you.